Hi, DerpyMoose99 here with episode 17 of Banished with megamod 9. Now, at the end of last episode, I accepted 213 nomads, which was completely foolish looking at our food graph here, which is slightly trending down. So I took that as a challenge. Last 3 or 4 episodes here, I've just been sitting here quietly building stuff, which is fun, but let's inject a little bit more excitement in here. Hopefully not terminal excitement. Looking at an overview here, we have 2,077 citizens, that's with the nomads. 88 are clothed and 91% are educated. 4.5 health, 4.5 happiness. Not bad. This lack of clothing will be the nomads, so they're currently rushing to the marketplace to get tools and clothes. So just before I get into the overview of what I've done off camera, let's have a quick look at the lake here. There was a comment, I think I'm one episode ahead, so I think it was a comment on episode 15 around the orientation of these dock workshops. So here's a zoom in. I'm pretty sure this will work. I've done this before. So just to check it out, I've set all of these on fire bundles. Now we only have one reed farm up, but there is some reed in stock from the other lake that's made its way across here. Let's maybe just bump that up. We're building a bunch more reed farms here. So the idea again is that over here we're going to do the reed farms, and we'll make fire bundles to supplement our fuel production. It looks like I already got some building there, okay? And we're also gonna, if we have an excess of reeds, now we have lots of feathers from the chickens, and I think the hunters actually get a few too. So we'll do survival coats for trade. Now that's, the main priority is the fuel. So let's make sure there's fuel going in. Okay, so there's some rice farms built there. Okay, so anyways, that was an orientation, or sorry, a view of how the dock workshops are oriented, if that answers the question. Okay, if we go back to our main area, I'm actually going to start this running, and we'll go around and do like a bit of a view. So I've added a whole bunch of houses everywhere. Okay, looks like our windmills are building here, so I'm going to turn 2 off for now, or that one hasn't built yet. Let's have a look at these guys. Rice, flour, and 4 workers. Rice, flour, and 4 workers. Rice, flour, 4 workers. Okay. So there's 4 working each with 4 workers making rice flour. I've plunked down some bakeries here. Not sure how long they'll take to build. Our greenhouses are coming up. Now we've got rows for tin soup for tomato soup, and rows for tin squash. Now the other vegetable that we had a whole ton of was beans. So while we're here, let's just, we're plunking, not meat, vegetable tinnery. Why is that not going in there? Some fool put road there. Okay, let's not use that. Okay, we're gonna have to wait, but the idea there was we should put some vegetable tinneries in for, not meat, you dummy. Vegetable tinneries in for the beans. Okay, we can put those 3 in. I have 1 meat tannery here for fish, and they will do seal meat as well too, so I'll put that in, and please don't call Greenpeace or anything. This is just a game. Squash and tomato. Okay, so we'll have a squash, tomato, and bean row, and then we'll be doing a bit of miscellaneous stuff. The one we probably have the least of right now is fruit. And I'm not really helping that situation because all the food production I built in between episodes was farms, just to get it up and working faster. So a bunch of houses going in here. There's additional tin mines going in there. Our tailoring companies are out of wool, so I've put in 2 more rows of the domesticated animal wool pen, so that'll build over time. Our chickens are not quite up to production yet, 42 out of 66. Okay, over here, added a fishing dock to replace the one that we moved because of the encroachment by the trading docks. I've added a market, central market, and I forgot to add a school, but I'll do that now. Okay, and that's just because there's a lot of housing required sort of here, and that's getting to be a bit of a walk towards schools and markets and stuff like that, and that might be slowing down our production. I'm also, while I think about it here, there's an outbreak. We have dysentery. Let's have a look in here. Just because we're doing a lot of trading, I'm going to put a couple more joiners for additional furniture production. And we'll have to keep an eye on our logs because those things will use up logs. A few houses going in up here and another fishing dock here. Can't see it yet. Now the fishing docks won't, at this stage of the game, won't bail us out of a major food problem, but they do provide meat or protein for diversity in diet, and we can always can it if we get enough of it. Or we are canning it at some extent now. I built a bunch of farms under the trees here. That'll take a while. Expanded the farms here. A bunch of the work that I've done is not really visible yet. And down over here, there's a couple rows of farms going in, some housing. Just to do the same thing with the marketplace here, I put a small marketplace and a school that'll hold 14 or so here, just in a central location, just to help with the commute, so to speak. Here's another tin mine. Okay, back to the lake for a second. There's a few more dock workers. Okay, one rice farm coming up. How many? 6, that's okay. Okay, another couple hospitals have been built. Good timing. Okay, our laborers are down to 100, so or down to 90, let's make that 100-ish. New record for us, we now need 761 builders, and we have 142, but stuff will get built. Oh, that was the other thing, we are quite low on lumber, so I put in a few more of these lumber cutters here. And I actually think that's the right priority right now, so let's prioritize that. I also temporarily converted one of our firewood sawmills into lumber. I kind of color code these things, so usually the gray ones are lumber and the red are firewood. But I'm breaking my little rule there. Okay, we have 2 traders. Sheep, there's sheepy sheep. Okay, good. We'll go for the sheepy sheep. Okay, we need another. There, 1760. That is 440. Not even close. Good one. Okay, 1760. Firewood is 4. 1 carried over. 16. What? Why is that not working out? Okay. $500 is 2,000, right? Oh. Okay. My brain is really going here. Well, that's the worst math exercise I've ever had. Okay, anyways, we got 8 sheep. And this guy, oh, lumber. Oh, that's very cool timing. Thank you. Lumber is worth 5, though. That's 5,000 worth. Well, let's see if we can get to 5,000. Well, we can definitely get to 5,000. Okay, so that should be 371. Oh, good timing there. That's why it's worthwhile to set these guys up for just in case. Like, you often don't purchase it, but, you know, like bring tools every time just in case, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's let that run. And what was I going to check? Oh yeah, sheep. Sheepy sheep. Okay, let's make this guy sheep here. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, 8 of 25. Okay, and another windmill. Okay, that guy we were going to hold in reserve. So we've got 4 working on rice flour and 2 in reserve. Okay, another. This was blueberries. Okay, so I'm hoping that infusion of lumber really helps with our house production here, our house building. There's our sheep. Okay, let's have a look down at our lake here. Okay, more reed farms. So it looks like our fuel, well, late summer, I guess we're not in winter, but fuel's holding. The tool production, didn't even notice the nomads picking up all those tools. Coats are almost 600. Herb production's still not keeping up, though. We'll have to do something about that. And early autumn, we're just starting to harvest, and we're under 132,000 food, so food is going to be our problem. Okay, so there's a lot of farms laid in that are being built. So we're just heading into autumn now, so I have to make sure before we hit spring that we make sure every field has its farmer. Okay, that's a bit more lumber production. I think there's a few more going in here, yeah. How much are these producing? Let's look at one that's been here a while. 85 per season. 70. That one's 100. Probably depends on how far they're walking to work. This is 610 for 3, and the other ones was like 100 for 2. So these sawmills are probably the way to go. Well, you live and learn, I guess, is how it works. I wonder if we could get no. Oh, okay, this fisherman is not in a good spot anymore. Yeah. Okay. So why don't we... That's probably a much better spot for a fishing dock. Okay, bunch of boats. That's all food. That's good. Oh yeah, I set this guy up to all these guys to auto purchase. This one I had forgotten to put inventory in, but it's now set up. So these should all be set for when merchant arrives. And 200 meat, 200 grain, 2,400 fruit, 2,400 vegetables. These 2 docks also should be set for food. Oh, that one's not. Okay, let's just fix that while we're here. Let's go 2,500 vegetables, 2,500 fruit, and I think I'll leave the meat and grain for the other ones. Okay, let's double check this one because I think it should be set up. Yeah, it's set up for 2,400. Good enough. Okay, stone with all this building. Do we have any extra stone? We do. If we go all of our perfume that's left and all of our firewood that's left. Now I'm gonna have to do math again, and this could get embarrassing. So 8 is 5, and then 580 is my guess. Yes, got that one right. Partially makes it for the dirt before. Okay, there's our candle maker. We had extra beeswax, so we decided to build another candle maker. Okay, these lumber. It's 2, 4, and 6. Another one here. Okay, let's have a look at how many candles we've got. Now, those are all for the mine upgrades, and we're going to need a lot. 600 candles, that is a lot, so... Once we get all the mines and tin mines and everything upgraded, we can start using the candles as trade goods. Okay, let's have a look at our lake. More reed farms. Now we should start to see surplus reeds in here, yeah. Wool, what the heck's wool doing here? Okay, there's some fields there. So again, it's only autumn, so we're gonna make sure before spring that we go through all of the fields. Right now, let's use everything for building. So 100 laborers, 126 builders. You got anything interesting? Do we have lentils? We do not. Okay, so why don't we... I wonder if we should get the wheat too for flour. Let's see if we can swing that. Okay, wheat and lentils. The wheat, maybe what we can do is... We have these 2 windmills here that maybe we can use those for actual wheat once we get some fields up. Okay, how are we looking over here? Houses aren't building real well, are they? 79 homeless still, and this is full, of course. Well, I'm gonna resist the urge to plop more houses down because we have to build the ones we've got. Okay, I wonder if we should use the mighty party tool on some housing somewhere. We bought 1,000 lumber and we sure don't have much left. Okay, these guys are logs, so they should build. Okay, there's another outbreak of typhus. I'm just basically ignoring the disease outbreaks. We have, 11 or 12 hospitals around, so if that doesn't take care of it, well, everybody's gonna die, but it should be okay. Now, we're in early winter and we're down to less than 6,000 fuel. Food's holding around 170,000. I'm not too unhappy, but I bet you our food graph, yes. No, super. So let's see what all these new farms do when we kick them in. There's a big clump of... I'm not going to prioritize the houses. We don't have enough lumber. I would think that's the problem. Let's have a look. We bought 1,000 extra lumber. But I guess the houses cell box takes something like 40 each. Yeah, we only have 141 lumber. Okay. And stone's okay-ish. We have 4 trading ports buying 200 stone for every trader, so that should keep us going here, even though our in-stock stone's not super high. Now, the other issue, we did build a lot of country houses. I wonder if we have enough building supplies. Where are they? Building supplies, 45 there, and homewares, I think, is the other one. 0 homewares, okay. Keep that in mind. We'll maybe ask some additional traders to bring homewares. Yeah, there's some extra ones there, but we have no trade goods. Well, we would have bought 12. Okay. Okay, 2 people sick. That's not so bad. Okay, this market. Okay, now did I remember to put a school in here? Does not look like it. This is just the expansion down below our original town that we're gonna expand down and add some more food production. Okay. And our new central area here. Oh, another hospital built. Oh, that's 11 hospitals now. I think we'll put a few more houses in here. Or aspirational houses, I guess, at this point. "20 students in that school. I wonder if that's overflow. It shouldn't be. It's probably just a result of the upgrades. Yeah, those are nowhere near full. Okay, I'll have a quick look at our lake. Well, you know what? We have 6,300 logs, and nothing on the lake requires... Let's look at that market in a second. Nothing on the lake requires lumber. And I can't remember the last thing we threw the priority on. So why don't we throw the priority on the lake? And that'll pick up a school here as well, too. Okay, so where did this new marketplace... Oh, that was the one we were just looking at. Okay, we don't want 12 in there. I think we just start with 4. Okay, we can put a few more houses there too, I think. Country houses. The country houses will build as we get the homewares and stuff, so... Okay, let's see what this trader was. This is the general trader. Gilded merchant, do not need. Sorry. Okay, our fishing dogs, how are we doing up here? How are we doing on whale blubber? 11 in there. Let's check that in the old town hall here. $77. Keep an eye on that. If that rises, we'll add another oil press. 8 sick people. Still not too bad. Okay. It's funny, you know, we've got this deer butcher that's perpetually without venison. Or tallow candle maker without. You know, I've noticed that you can buy deer, which is a little bit cheesy to put in a field, but maybe we'll do that just to keep that guy employed. Alright, nut bread, flax, oats, and a few flowers. Now we have 10,000. Why don't we buy the nut bread? Okay, so that's 6,000, and we're gonna have to do math again. Okay, so that should be 23. Alright, there's some nut bread for you. Food's down to about 128,000. 9 people are sick. Oh crap, we're in spring. I just knew I was gonna forget that. I just knew it. Okay, so potatoes, sweet potato, peas, turnips, lentils, wheat, squash, not tomatoes, we have tons of tomatoes, oats, and this little one, peas. Okay, and then I got an orchard here, and let's do whatever the last one was, apricots. Okay, and then let's just go down the list here. So beans, squash, oats, potato, sweet potato. So hopefully that derp didn't kill us. We were in spring. I wanted to do this in early spring, but okay, let's go down to the bottom. We'll go turnips, lentils, and wheat. Okay, field over here. Let's do wheat. And some fields up here. So let's go reverse order. We'll go wheat, lentils, turnips. No, not herbs. We'll do that when we're under control here, if we ever do get under control. And spinach. So hopefully these will actually get worked here. I'll make that guy a wheat field with 2 workers. Lentils. Turnips. And peas. Okay, quick look around. I think that's the only places we were building food. Is there any down here yet? No. Okay, let that run. So hopefully we get some production out of those. I feel bad about doing that, but at least I caught it before it was summer. Well, we should get some food out of that. Okay. Up to 12 sick people, so hopefully this doesn't spiral out of control, but we have a lot of hospital space, so we should be good. Yeah, 4 in there. Okay, another greenhouse in the herb row. Okay, some of these guys have built. These are for squash. Okay, so that whole row is squash, tinned vegetables. This is tomato soup. Okay, and then these were going to be vegetable tinneries for beans, weren't they? And we missed one because of misplaced road. What's going on? Is there still a misplaced road there? Okay. Don't understand. Okay, let's try this again. We might have a little glitch or I'm missing something here. Okay, so that's 4 vegetable tanneries, 4 beans. Okay, let's let that run. Now, I'm still curious as to where the tin is going. It's not going in the general stockpiles, it's not going in this general warehouse. We have to be producing more than we need with 12 tin mines, but okay, let's see how we're going here. 16 people sick now, getting a little concerning. Let's have a look at our lake. Another workshop now. We're only 4,800 fuel, so let's keep this guy on fire bundles. Okay, I'm resisting the urge to build too much more because we still have a requirement for 655 builders. Our light laborers were down well below 100, so let's bump that back up to 100. Okay, that gives us 100 laborers, 104 builders. It's a lot to build, but it will build. We have 328 students, 454 kids, so we've got a lot of growth going on. So food is going to be the primary concern here by the looks of it. Coats are great, tools are great. Herbs are not, but... And we'll see if the fuel bounces back here. What's our limit on fuel? Actually, let's go really crazy and make that 13,000 lucky number. See if we can get to that. Okay, let's just do a save in case I do anything dumb. Not that that happens very often, but it does happen. Like taking in all those nomads multiple times. Okay. Okay, those lumber mills must be grinding hard to get lumber out here. Pleased that our log supply has stayed up. We got 5,500 logs or so, so these 4 docks are doing good for that. Okay. Oh, I think the priority we put on was the lake, so let's go see how we're doing down there. Okay, so a couple more reed farms, and... Now I really like this strategy for fuel. If you're going to trade firewood, use as many other possible fuel sources as you can to make sure the houses have food, or have firewood, or fuel. Whichever way you want to work that. Squash, this is going to be... Let's go with potatoes on that one. Yeah, it's early summer, so we won't get much out of it, but... Okay, another reed farm. And... You know, let's have a look at dock workers. I am not sure. Yeah, 103 and 103, I actually got that one right. Okay. Now, these only use 1 each, but let's just bang some houses in here. Especially since the housing down here does not use lumber, it uses logs. Okay, and let's extend this out. this, we've got a bunch of rice farms and yeah, can we get some more rice farms in? Or rice planters, I guess they're properly called. Okay, and I think working down here with the priority has actually got some results for us, so let's do that. Okay, all our fire bundle places are out of reeds. So naturally we'll assign some more workshops. You know what, let's maybe take this over. Oh, there's a house there actually. Why don't we nuke that house? I just want to connect this up so there's a shorter path. Something like that. Okay, and then when that builds out, we'll build, how many we've got? 3, 6, 14 reed farms there. Should be a fair amount of reed, so maybe let's let this play out for a few minutes. Have a look at what all these boats are. I'm resisting the temptation to buy extra stone. I'm not happy with the low number, but it is keeping up. Okay, what have you got? Strayed sheep, horses, and Frisian cows. I don't think so. I think I want to do more sheepy sheep, more beef, and maybe a pasture of deer, even though I think that's cheesy. Okay, our little dock school is full. "15 people sick still, so... Okay, where's this school that just went in? Oh, down by the docks here. Let's do an upgrade on that initially. And let's reprioritize the whole thing here. Get those rice farms going. Okay, let this run for a little bit more and then we'll call it an episode. I thought getting the 213 nomads would be an immediate problem. But what I think is really going on here is our food is still in decline. So those nomads didn't kill us right away, but I think we're edging towards a death spiral of food here. So I think we're really going to have to build a lot of food, and even way more than the fields I put in, in between the last 2 episodes. I think that's going to be... Yeah, see, we're late summer, we're down to 85,000 food. And we're purchasing 3 dogs as well. Now, part of that will be because we're building a bunch of houses and the food will be disappearing sort of big chunks at a time into the houses, but still and so our production here needs to ramp. Okay, seems to be enough tin to keep these guys going, so... It'll be nice if some of these bakeries came up. Because right now we're grinding rice into flour, but not eating it. And those are stone and logs, so that might be a worthy priority once we're happy with our dock progress here. Okay. I guess that's the way the reed production will work. So we're out of reeds, but caught up on fuel. So we did hit the almost 14,000 fuel. That's the thing to watch out for when you get a really big town is you build the fuel, spring, summer, fall kind of thing, and then you use it in the winter. If you don't have your limit of fuel, like your upper limit of fuel high enough, you'll run out of your fuel over the winter. So you got to continually inch up that fuel buffer so that that big hit in the winter that you have enough in stock to cover it, if that makes any sense. So we're at 13,000 limit on the fuel right now, and we've kept up. So I'm sort of going to stop worrying about fuel for the moment and really worry about food here. So early autumn, 110 laborers. Okay, back to the lake for a minute. Yeah, we're not getting much building going on over here, are we? Partially lumberish and partially just where our builders are, I guess. So that's spinach, wheat, potatoes, and you can be lentils. Okay, so I think off camera I'm going to do another big farming build. And maybe we should think about more race or something here too. And I said I wanted to go full industrial on this lake and not worry about fish, but I might jam in a fishing dock or two down here. Okay, there's a company merchant. It's got some lamp oil. Yeah, let's get that. Probably don't really need it, but flax is always fun. Tools are good, so we're not going to get that. And 60 flowers isn't really worth it, but... Okay, so if we do run out of flowers, trading for flowers doesn't look like it's going to be too useful here, so... we'll have to think about florists. That actually might not be a terrible idea to build another couple florist nodes to help with flower production and food, and just let's see how I feel about that off camera. So we need another 160 here, so that would be 40. Okay, we'll let this food ones go. Okay, let's summary ourselves here and see where we're at. So we're at 2,218 citizens. We're up to 99% with clothing here. Hard to get to 100. There's always somebody whose jacket's just worn out. Educated is 92, which is okay considering we took all the nomads. We're still at 4.5 health, 4.5 happiness, so I'm happy enough with that. But definitely in future episodes, this food graph is going to be our issue. We've, knock on wood, handled fuel and tools adequately. So between episodes, again, I'm going to bang a bunch of farms in. And I think I'll stick with the farms because I don't think we have time to wait for orchards to mature at the moment. Okay, let's just check out this trader. Lime seed, soybean, orange, and leek. No thanks. Okay, and we're up to 31 people sick, so that's slowly climbing, not going away on us. Probably means I have 1 or 2 hospitals in bad locations. So people are probably infecting people. Like, yeah, that might be that guy, might be the culprit. These ones look okay. This could be a problem, this guy right here. Yeah, that's probably our problem. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. That one is way too close to the fields and stuff. Okay, let's get that rice farm going. Sweet potato, spinach, potato, turnips, because who doesn't love turnips? Okay. Okay, so we have some issues to deal with here. I think gonna have to work pretty hard to avoid a use Mr. Tongue and Mr. Lips to avoid a food death spiral here. Tons of houses still to be built. That'll suck away a bunch of food. So I think we really got to build a ton of farms. It would be nice to put in some orchards too, but I think we'll have to think about that after we get out of this situation. So might have to expand up here as well too. So another town center up there, and maybe I'm up in the northeast corner right now. Maybe another one up there, and they just fill all of this up with farms. It's amazing how many fields you have to have for this number of citizens. But let's just recheck that again. It was 2,219. So I think on goals here, assuming we survive this food crisis, originally I wanted to do this to test my new hardware and see if my dollar investment was worthwhile. And before I could get to, say, 2,500 people, before it turned into a slideshow. So I'm going to try and get to at least 3,000 here. That's assuming I don't kill us with the food crisis we're currently facing. But anyways, this has been episode 17. This is Banished with megamod 9, and I am derpymoose99. Thank you.